players on the red side has suffered so far.
Elimination is what is at stake. Tournament life at stake. CG and Black Sentence, the drafts have to be on point here. Great start, take away the claw. Don't want to see that. CG, take away the Gronk, Yuzong. You don't want those aggro heroes that can just snowball out of control. Question for Black Sentence, are you willing to give the Eve again, or are you happy with the Lunox as being your answer?
Yeah. Or does CG even want to?
I think they should keep to the exact same draft as game number 1 if this is going to be the exact same pattern. Because the onus right now is on BSE to be like, oh yeah, we messed up by locking in the Hilda early.
And the juice in if it gets snubbed again. Wouldn't be too surprised based on the way things are going in this game. The Sora gets taken out too. What else was banned previously? Now they take out the juice in.
Yeah. Will Black Sentence open up the Kalea or ban it out? If ever, though, they ban the Kalea, then Fanny will be open. So it's up to Black Sentence to choose what kind of draft environment we're going to find ourselves in. It'll be so funny if Fanny gets opened up and just does not get looked at.
Yeah.
Straight up, just ignored.
Fanny,
I know Gary has a Fanny, but I don't remember whether it was like a really mean Fanny just yet, because usually Fanny priorities come later down the line unless the draft is pretty dictated where it's like, oh, we don't have Cho, you don't have Kalea, you have literally nothing to worry about other than the Gronk.
Oh, what? The carry gets prio pick. Does Black Sentence have it in them too?
What are we smoking here? What is happening? What is happening? Is somebody like in front of the smoke machine just inhaling? Why was this necessary?
I am...
Because the Eve Fanny is open, so...
Yeah. Even if Eve Fanny is open, I think their biggest issue was scaling the last time, and they're like, okay, since Chiku can play Farsa, can play Eve, can also play Lunox, we can't... I'm sorry, Amzik, you played a strong regular season, but you gotta play carry.
Shot. BSE will just pick up the Lancelot right away. They get the Eve. 2 power picks.
If only I could explain their faces when the carry got locked in, but I can't.
Alright, Chiku, you gotta lock in Lunox, right? You don't have a choice now. You kind of put yourself in this position here.
Chill, I'm just sipping a hot cup of Red Bull. So it's all good.
Why is it hot? Why is it hot, sir?
I like it. Don't ask.
It's how I got it.
It's how I get wings.
Alright. What else could you potentially punish? The Lancelot is not as punishable unless you want to go for the Hilda again.
Yeah.
So if you go like, what, Hilda... No, why? Actually, you know what? Just go for the Gato and save it.
Yeah, I prefer the God. Okay, never mind.
I mean, this works too. At the end of the day, you just need somebody to potentially threaten the Eve or make somebody else's life difficult. In this case, it's going to be Doom, who has to take Purify.
But the Gatot then can be open for Black Sentence too.
Here's the even sadder thing. We don't see the XP lane matchup yet. I'd want to see Black Sentence open up the possibility of a Phobius so that they could consider themselves whether or not, okay, is CG going to pick up Phobius as one of their last 2, or should we just pick it up ourselves so we don't have to worry about it with the Harith? You already see the Cho, the Traceless, that one single Traceless poke, all of the little Phantom steps carry will take will all trigger the Phobius passive, so that'll be good. I like Phobius with them as red 4, and then if that happens, they might get a slightly better EXP later, but in the big picture, they will just win. Even Harith together already is something that CG needs to answer right away and find an answer for.
I am so nervous right now. This composition for the side of CG is so squishy. It's so very, very squishy compared to BSE. And I think BSE, the only saving grace at this point, right, is who takes the initiative on the fight. Right now with CG, it's clear that they have a spearhead to kind of trigger everything from the side of BSE. They can bait, but the RWM is only going to get unleashed when CG commits to the all-in. There needs to be clearer signs of disengage. There could be another argument here for BSE to go back to playing something along the lines of somebody who has CC, consistent CC in the roam, and then maybe go for the Arlet once more, just for the potential outplay.
And one of the best heroes to potentially tank things, like the Esmeralda, is already banned.
Yeah. A lot of the top
Oh, then they picked the Uranus.
Gary, I wanted a little bit more impact. I wanted a little bit more crowd control. Because the roamer options don't really have a lot of crowd control. With Cho, Gatot, Hylos, Gra, Kalea all gone, they're forced, if they want crowd control, they go Batang. But then that's not really what you're looking for here.
Charisma, Lapu.
They used the weren't they the ones used the Akai previously?
Yep.
Yeah.
Akai, there's a Minotaur.
I don't know about the Minotaur. I don't think the Minotaur is gonna be as good. Actually,
That should be okay, right?
it's not the worst thing in the world. The problem is that it's very difficult to like find value. You can out-sustain the RWM. I think this is a much better answer to it. You're gonna RWM. You want to get in my face. You want to fight. I'm a swan song. Swans.
Swan song. And there's shields from that too, by the way. So
I don't know. I
think
think that
press.
I think that this comp is so is like unironically dangerous, but if you take out literally any one of the pieces, it just collapses straight away.
They go chip. It'll be very sad.
You know what? Just get Kaja actually. Oh wait, no. Do they have the raw burst?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Literally
I didn't
invented
think
one.
they'd actually go chip because they're up against Unodette, but at least they can open up the map. But I think, ooh, they really have to decide whether or not going inside the portal is really good or really bad for them.
I mean,
They could have gone for Tigreal. They could have gone for literally any way to cancel out the Swan Song would have been better. Even a Gwen support might have been a potential there. I don't know. This is going to be really, really difficult because the counter index says it all, right? Right now, CG have the better lineup rating and the better counter index. This early to mid-game potential coming in for BSE must be utilized right at level 4. It's a 50-50 for a do-or-die match.
Potential last game of CG, and Chiku, of all people, ends up with a hero that even makes us scratch our heads. But I'm pretty sure everyone is excited to see if Chiku can channel some of that good old CG magic again at the international stage. Meanwhile, Black Sentence, a little bit more familiar, a little bit closer to home. Can they get the most high-profile win of a Latin American team in a long time in the international stage? Game 3, win or go home.
oh yeah, I just realized now it is a Hilda EXP that we're gonna be seeing in the hands of Ye3.
Yeah, but I think these earlier stages of the game are going to be really, really important here, especially for EXP priority, right? Because look at Ye3, he can basically fight anybody, and Orochi is unkillable, right? So Ye3 has to find value other than his lane.
That was close. Ye3. Now Black Sentence seems to be acknowledging the fact that they cannot afford to let the Hilda just constantly get out of here, and now they're paying so much attention to Ye3 in the EXP lane.
Yeah. And not only slowing down Year 3, it's that they allow Orochi to get out of lane and actually help hide on push. As sort of like a pseudo roamer early on, as Steffe and Shin get vision elsewhere.
Oh wait, but he's getting bursted down though. Oh, Ye3
Thinking about it.
thinking about it.
Actually, kind of surprising that Valens didn't actually want to take that fight, or at least like try and flicker for it, just to get the empowered auto to maybe take out Orochi, but I think it's better to not risk it at this point, considering that this is a very close fight between the two teams, and the very first neutral objective is about to spawn.
Yeah. Things seem to be a bit more better now. Orochi has no idea. Mountain Shocker's there, but he is okay.
Yeah, and they also use the Mountain Shocker super early, so let's see.
The mid wave doesn't get cleared by CG though. Okay, fortunately C2 is already 4. Now Orochi looking at the other members, zoning so much. Oh my goodness, Chico! I don't think he wanted to be there.
No. Gary, give this up. Give this buff up. There's no point fighting for it. It's not worth dying for.
Yeah, just go to your purple buff, you're good. You're not going to be able to get unless miraculous slash out.
Oh!
Gary, brother, did not expect that, but he still got it.
Literally, zero loss. Zero EXP loss. Maybe, I mean, obviously there's the turtle EXP, but whatever. At least he's not falling behind in terms of his buffs. And I think that's really important considering the EXP changes to the jungle, man. Getting your buffs is so important. So important here. Oh my goodness. How do they play this game? I'm not even 100% sure.
Ooh.
Because look, both Ye3 alongside with Orochi are essentially doing the exact same thing. They're like, who cares about this lane?
Right. Stefan has been getting a lot of... So really, it's Orochi. They still continue it. On this side of the map, they allow the Uranus to be the roamer to get vision, stay front, while cutting lanes, while managing the Hilda back into the EXP lane for the delayed rotations. While Stefe plays a little bit more back to see if he can get some nice counterplay through his ultimate.
No way Ye3 made a bad call on the rotation. He should have proxied the wave after he saw Uranus proxy. He ended up being a little too late. Oh!
Purify already forced out. Orochi here in front of CG Esports Valence. Oh! Still had the flicker. And now they know the real world manipulation's down.
This one should be back at around somewhere 40 seconds at this point. Plus battle spell for battle spell, but the Purify does come back earlier. So Valence won't have the surprise initiation with the Cho. Good call by Shin to commit an ultimate.
EXP leaders finally see each other again here, but...
Wow, riveting gameplay. Oh my lord, look at these EXP leaders.
These micro plays.
Oh, he almost did the damage. Whoa! This is exciting, riveting play. EXP in a nutshell, man.
Stefe doesn't seem to find the right timing yet, though, for the shortcut.
So far, I think that Stefe's only concern is like accidentally throwing out the shortcut and not canceling out the Swan Song.
Oh, wait. Now it's CG who starts things up. Stefe doesn't even get to use the shortcut. Gary secures the objective while Ye3 from the sides
Dive him.
hands over a double kill to Gary.
Are we not diving this? Are we not diving this? We still have
Right
Swan
now.
Song.
Yeah.
Balance. Orochi's still able to clear it. Stefe, though, jumping in, now uses the shortcut, but everyone is able to dodge the stun. But look at Hyde on Bush! He finds the perfect target in Amzik. Ye3 trades out Stefe, but now that's two members of CG Esports going down.
Where's Chiku this entire time?
There.
He has not used his ultimate. You're not wrong.
Oh!
There he is.
Why? Why?
Oh, no.
He had to dash to the other side, but the more important target clearly was Doom.
No way, dude. No way.
He probably thought the damage was gonna be enough, but Doom still got shield.
He's playing Impure Rage. He's not even playing Lethal Ignition.
What is it with Impure Rage nowadays?
I mean, it's just efficient, you know? In the laning phase, you poke people out, but it's moments like this where you're just like, I wish I had Lethal Ignition.
Yeah.
And I wish Lethal Ignition worked within a period so you can trigger it on multiple people and not just you do it one time and then you're just,
It's gonna be big regrets for Chico not going after Doom. That would have been Doom's second death if if he just decided to go towards the other way instead of trying to get that kill onto Orochi.
Or flickered on him, whichever.
Flickered on him.
Yo, we saw this yesterday. Is it gonna happen again, though?
Oh!
Amzig's going down, but Chico is caught with a Swan Song. Now he hits so many targets in exchange of his life. Gary trying to go after Orochi, but instead it's Doom who they find.
Uh-oh. They're split, they're going after Shin!
Oh, there goes Shin. Unify Force. No! Now there's a knockup again! Valence and Ye3 try to finish the job, and they do.
Hopefully Orochi trying to decide which one to get. But not at this point, he's like, oh, you know what, I'm a Uranus. There's not much I can do, man.
Yeah, and Gary's immediately going for the mid T1, which is far more valuable than anything else. A really great fight, and now you guys are understanding why Malaysians have a really controversial relationship with Chiku. He's like, he does some weird stuff, and then he makes like the super play, and you're like, I forgive you.
Yeah.
He spat in your face, and you're like, do it one more time.
Sir.
It's disrespectful, but it's necessary. He makes up for it every single time.
This is a love-hate relationship that you have.
It really is.
Oh, wait, Ye3 all alone, though. Now the shortcut's used, and
Why?
still decides to
He could have flickered out. as Valence, Chico, and Amzik were going down.
He didn't, or did he have the flicker at the time?
He
Wait,
did.
Shin, okay. Now using the real world. Ah, another swan song on 3 members at that. But without Amzik, can they still fight this?
They can't, not at all. I don't know. Oh man, because Odette is an interesting hero, right? I feel like Chico is trying to maximize the amount of damage he gets by throwing out the stun first straight in to the Swan Song to maximize his damage, because technically the stun can bounce around if the targets are close to each other.
Up top, up top.
I think they just need to. I think he just needs to ult, right, and save his abilities. He just needs to be a deterrent more than actually profiting from it.
Because like for the past 2 instances where we saw the Swan Song, he was either waiting in the bush, trying to go for an ambush, or down bottom, he decided to go in. And even in that most recent fight, he started it by himself. So
With the Genius Swan being the only item so far, though, once the Odette gets to the 3rd item, then Black Sentence really needs to watch out for every Swan Song that gets stitched out. With all of them sticking together at some point. Most likely he'll go for the Genius Swan. Even the Lightning Torch, that's going to be really painful to deal with. And with everything that's happened in this game so far, Hydon Bush has gone under the radar. He found Amzik in that fight.
yeah.
Got the kill there. He's 3-1-4. 2 turtles over 1 compared to CG. He's been on point in this Lancelot.
The short range from Carrie is really hurting her odds, because Hyden Bush has successfully found her 2 times already. The 3rd time just feels really inevitable, and it's something that they have to answer for. I think that at this point, what could they do? Gary, where is he currently at? He doesn't have the Endless Battle yet, but he's already completed the War Axe alongside with the Hunter Strike. And then when we're looking at Chiku's side, Lightning Truncheon finally complete, but I don't see any Dominance Ices done yet.
Wait, Valence.
Could be big.
They don't know that Steph is there. They're gonna try.
You're waiting. They still don't know.
I think it's okay. It's pretty okay as long as Amzik doesn't walk up first. I like the fact that they're like, let's probe out with Valence. There's a good chance he might be there, so let's just hold on.
Oh, they're spotted. They're spotted.
Now that
The trick is up.
oh! It doesn't land. Oh, that could have been something for CG Esports. Definitely could have been something.
That could have been one of the most high play predictions of all time. It just turned out to be Stefan was 1 step ahead. He didn't use the flicker out right away. He walked a little bit more flickered.
Yeah.
You saw it. It was almost there.
I mean, it was Valence 1 step ahead, or was he 2 steps ahead? I feel like he was 2 steps. He could have just walked up, forced the flicker, and then followed up.
Yeah, that's true.
A bit too excited.
Okay.
Try and get it off.
At least CG Esports now, though, have a clear adjustment. They're not letting anyone alone on the opposite side of the map because they know that there's a potential threat of Steffe with the shortcut, and they force out the Purify from Orochi there.
I'm all for it. I am all for it, because Orochi, they're waiting for his stacks to run out. He's going to sit on the Lord to maintain it, right? But there's no way to get him off of this realistically. Maybe cikugais, when he does eventually get into the Wishing Lantern, but for now, Amzik is supposed to be their main answer. And without a Trinity completed, he is just a little off of DHS. Once he gets that DHS, it's going to be a bigger problem.
Honestly,
Wait a second.
Oh, there.
They saw him.
Oh, they found him. Now they have nothing to worry about. They're going for Orochi. Still not using the shortcut. There you go. Steph is still alive. 1 hit more needed. Real world manipulation committed by Shin, but all members of CG Esports are able to remove themselves out. Thorn Throws committed by Hydon Bush. Steph is still not going home. Gary spots him. And now Black Sentence, they're all low.
Yep, they got to go back to their neutral objectives, right? But first, clean up the waves. Top side is on net negative for CG. Bottom side is a net positive. Mid is already shoved in. This is a really good time to start getting involved.
And Steffi doesn't have the shortcut again. Doom has the Zaman Force though, so that's one. They just have to be careful.
Careful is one thing, but I think that Amzik has a really tough job. That ult, as good as it is, can only take out 1 guy at a time. And they know that Orochi is pretty difficult to deal with at this point. What does he have? Does he have a Pauldron yet? No, he does not have. The Dom Ice is on its way, but he's only got Oracle, so he's praying for the best.
Huh? Oh, Yenja goes for Doom.
Got scouting for something out. Purify still there on the Harith. Valence.
Now Valence finds Shin. There's the Purify, however, and the real world manipulation. The shortcut too, right at the corner. Stop CG Esports from potentially pursuing this fight. Now it's Black Sentence who might be looking for the re-engage. But CG Esports, they don't want to fight anymore.
Too resource hungry for everybody here.
A3. Orochi zoning everyone out really, really well. Chiku, he finds him there. Doesn't use the ultimate just yet.
There
And
we
they
go.
rely on sheer damage to do that. Now they've regained control over the Lord Pit. Stefe trying to look for an opening, but now Yari gets to secure the objective for themselves. Doom might be next, but then he gets to put himself under the turret, and CG Esports have found a way around this.
Dude, Chico's holding on to that all until next Christmas, my guy. He's waiting for 2027 before he releases it. Because so far, his ults have been interesting. And it's strange to see, but Odette so far has a 25% win rate in 4 games in the M-Series stage.
Oh,
Wow,
what?
Chico posted at 80% in 5 games in MPL. I didn't realize it was 80. I thought it was still 60. I missed out on two games, I guess.
CG Esports on the brink of getting a victory here. 10-7 of the kills.
Come on, do the thing.
Chiku, a massive swan song. But he's not gonna pull the trigger just yet. He wants to really savor the moment. Is he waiting for a savage?
I don't know. It's either he really wants to use it immediately, or he doesn't want to use it at all.
That's the thing. I feel like he wants to be in the center.
Okay, Orochi now. Oh, Amzik stealing so much damage, but he has to flicker out because you can expect the same from Doom. Stico finds Doom, but on the other side of the map, Stefe also gets to use the shortcut. Ye3 though, trying to pursue Shin, and he will be successful in finding the kill. But Chiku's traded out too. Now it's Ye3 all alone.
So, explain to me what the call was there. Like, how, right? How could you botch this up that hard? I mean,
Trying to buy time, but at this point he will eventually fall. This means though the Black Santa's
what?
out. Oh, yeah, three.
it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Even if you get a wipeout, there's...
Just clear out the minion waves.
Yeah. They got to deal with the minion waves. Man, this is hard to watch. This is pretty hard to watch. Let's look at that replay one more time to see how bad this was a biff, right? Because the fight split in 2, and that's something that CG does not want to do, right? They kite to the same side, they see Stefe, but then the information was cut in half. Chiku's going for Shin, who's supposed to be the main target. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's the worst target, but you have 4 members attacking your backline who is already less than 25 HP.
Yeah, I think if he got the kill on Shin and Doom, it would have been different. But Shin was able to get away with it. So all the other frontliners were able to just regroup and help Shin survive that for a bit more longer. And unknowingly, those frontliners had decent amount of damage too.
Why are we going for a Rose Gold Meteor here? Is Shin that big of an issue to Amzik? I feel like as much as you're up against this Harith, the range is kind of important because Orochi is pretty much in your face 90% of your times, and then the last 1% is Doom, the other 9% is hide on bush.
Yeah, it feels like he's just thinking of all the magic damage dealers. He's thinking 4 magic damage to 1 physical. I build Rose Gold.
I will not let Stefe kill me.
Yeah. Not this chip. Anyone but the chip. Great position by CG, by the way. Black Sentence Prio on the turtle, but they have a little bit more map control. The Sun Gary down bot, cut that. The beacon.
Oh, wait.
They need to do something
Stefe.
right now. What a gang! What a gang!
Oh, Stefan doesn't know, but everyone else is there too. Now Chiku, is it time that he uses the Swan Song? He finally does, but
Defensively.
no one goes down. Sietri blocking off the other members, and every single one of them remains alive.
That was hot.
That really was. Good thing Gary used the mountain chakra in time, because if he didn't, he would have just gotten surprised. But he felt it. They knew something was up. And then they were able to spot out the chip play before it fully pushed through. 5v5 still. This could be a very intense and dramatic end to this 3-game series. CG and Black Sentence fighting for tournament life.
Dude, look at the goal lead. It's just going back and forth. It really doesn't stop changing. 12 to 11. These teams are so strangely equal in terms of the playing field. Despite having such a better composition and counter index. Oh, wait.
Orochi, where's that damage coming from? Gary, he just wanted the Lord. And now that they got it, nothing matters anymore.
Yep.
I was thinking they'd use the chipple to send the Lancelot back faster, but where was it?
They're nervous. They're nervous. He's like, Chiku's not holding it until next year, guys. He's using it this game.
Yeah. They knew they're still, again, that's one of the threats of this event up against that chip. Even if they did decide to use it, they would have just all eaten the swan song, although dead. And now CG easily got the Lord. They're marching forward, very close in the items. Black Sentence has great defense, great high ground, but can they make it work, Chiku?
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised if Chiku flickers in.
Yep, he honestly should after this right here.
Okay, doesn't have the Winter Crown, but maybe right now is a good time. Black Sentence, though, will focus on clearing out the waves first. And there goes the Chiku go in! 4 members of Black Sentence are down! Doom could not defend this anymore! CG eSports, stay alive!
Such a toxic relationship I have with Chiku. I doubt him. He says, no, I pay back with dividend every single time.
Poetic! A swan song from Chiku! Unfortunately sends Black Sentence home, and CG are still alive here. It is not a Black Friday for Malaysia. Thank you, Black Sentence, for your effort, for everything that you've done, for what you almost achieved. But it's CG who walks away victorious.
A heartbreak for the region of Latam. More rebuilding to do, but great potential, a bright future, and truly competitors that could change the game in a year's time. 5 months compared to a year. Imagine if they were on the same footing.
Yep.
5 months. That's how long BSE have been together. From MPL LATAM Season 1 to MPL LATAM Champions to this moment where it almost looked like they could have taken this away from CG, but hesitation meant that CG pounced.
That makes it 2 Malaysian teams now.
Yep.
Well,
Not just it.
no, this is an elimination
the
match for
two
BSE.
bracket.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
So at least for CG, they make it for just one more round.
Yeah.
Qualification is one best of 3 away. And I mean, we're trimming down the fat here.
Yeah.
We're
Heartbreak.
getting to the lean meat already, and we're getting there fast.
Yeah, we are. We have one more elimination match coming up today, but of course, in just a moment, we'll be hearing from CG. Unfortunately, Stefan will have to wait another year. I think you're starting to see the emotions on the faces of BSE. They were so close, but the moment of hesitation. But they knew if it was like a loss, and they used the shortcut, that would have been an easy swan song for Chico.
Yep. No matter what, it was a matter of chicken. Whoever pressed the ult first, guaranteed to lose.
Because no matter where they decided to put Steffe, right?
Exactly.
CG were just quick to react, and it's not react in a bad way. It's like they decided to rotate towards the bottom lane, fully knowing well that that could be the call for Black Sentence.
But it's crazy. The runner-ups of Malaysia was taken to 3 games against Black Sentence. 5 months again. I hope Black Sentence considers sticking this team together.
Wow.
They've had a wealth of experience this M series. They started off Swiss by taking that 1 game against CFU Gaming. They struggled against Alter Ego and Team Falcons, but they took CG to their limit. There's a bright future in LATAM, and I hope the region gets behind Black Sentence, for there could be a team there to make an even deeper run in the next major international. But it is the joy of Malaysia as CG is still alive here on Swiss stage. We're going to go on over to Rose for the interview to hear from CG.
From MDL Latam to the World Championship stage in 5 months is no easy feat. Keep your heads held high, Black Sentence, and we hope to see you come back stronger next year. And now the winner of our second elimination match of the day. Give it up for CGE Sports! Right now on stage, we have with me Yetri and Chiku. Boys, that was a very intense game 3. How are you both feeling right now?
Feeling good.
Feeling good? Chiku?
Feeling hampir tak tahu nak cakap macam mana. Hampir rasa macam nak kalah kat tadi.
He
Happy,
felt
yeah.
like he almost lost just now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, almost. Now, Chiku, we learned that CG is actually Scream's partners with BSE. So, did that make today's match harder or actually easier?
I think harder because mostly we fighting in Swiss stage, the FYG and BSE our screen partner. So yeah, a little bit hard.
It makes it harder because more or less you guys know who's going to pick
Yeah.
and ban, who's
We
going
know
to
each other
what,
and-
rotations,
Yeah.
all those kind of stuff. Yeah, that was a very intense full series actually. Now, Year 3, this journey in the Swiss stage so far, especially since it's your first international tournament, right? How different is CG from when you started in the Swiss stage until now? What changed?
It's different, maybe the confidence because before this we just lack of preparation and our team is not fully ready, but right now we are fully together and change our mindset.
Fully together, and of course the mindset has definitely changed. You said that the confidence also has changed, so are you guys more confident now?
Of course, we confident to going to knockout stage.
Confident to go to the knockout stages. Now, yes guys, tomorrow CG Esports has actually one more do or die match to get one of the last few tickets to the knockout stages. And speaking of that, since you guys are one game away, do you feel more pressured?
Pressure is come every time but I already usual to that, and maybe because whoever the opponent we try to fight.
Whoever the opponents, you guys try to fight. Now, we know that back then in Malaysia, whenever you guys are stressed out, you guys would go release some stress by bowling. Have you guys done any of those activities here in Jakarta to help manage the stress?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, 2 days ago, right? We go bowling. 2 days ago.
I think yesterday night.
Oh, yesterday night.
Yeah.
Okay, so for all of you guys who don't know, here's your little fun fact. CG uses bowling as a way to actually de-stress. Now, Chiku, I see in the audience today that you have a special buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My family.
Your family is here. Do you have anything you want to say to your wife, your baby?
Untuk wife saya dengan Dania, hopefully kita akan balik lambat lah. InsyaAllah kalau ada rezeki.
He said to his wife and to his daughter, hopefully they will go back to Malaysia later, not anytime soon. And of course, earlier today, we showed a video message from Yooms, and he was giving his support to you. Is there anything you want to say to Yooms?
For Yum and semua SRG punya player and coaching staff mostly, terima kasih sebab banyak bagi tips kat kita orang and membantu kita orang perbaiki masalah kita orang. Ya, terima kasih.
Once again, congratulations to CG Esports for making it out of another elimination match. Thank you so much, boys. Congratulations. I will see you both tomorrow. And of course, now it's time to throw it back to the casters to actually analyze what happened in this full series match.
Great to hear from Year 3 and Chiku, of course, showing their love and thanks to their fellow Malaysian orgs, members, teams, Yums, SRG, of course. Because I hesitated there because I remembered Cram and Innocent are Filipino. So that's why I was like, I don't want to accidentally lump all of them as Malaysian, as there are Filipinos who are surprised that Cram and Innocent are Filipino. So
I think no matter what,
Yeah.
it's going to be help from the organization, right? Because Coach Ark,
Yeah.
technically, if you're talking about quote-unquote help,
Yeah.
that would be kind of the go-to. But let's give it up for our MVP of this game. Without a doubt, as much as I was like, okay, maybe, I don't know, he's holding on to that swan song till next year,
Yeah.
he has paid dividends again and again and again.
Yeah, it's like Chico was like, guys, the ult is called Swan Song. It should be the final goodbye, the very last. So I
Oh,
will get
maybe
the
that's
last.
why.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
will get the last big Swan Song right before we win. It's all part of the plan,
He
man.
was saving it, even his flicker. So
It's-
maybe that's why he wasn't showing himself
Yeah,
anymore.
it's for the sake of conceptual symmetry.
Yeah, you guys can fight, and I'm just gonna use my flicker and my swan song when I want to end things.
Look,
Yeah.
there are many different arguments that can be made here, but truly there are only a couple of facts that matter. Now let's start looking at the highlights real quick, because let me tell you, this Swan Song had so much potential to devastate every aspect of this fight. You can tank an entire RWM if you're sitting right in the middle of it, but the biggest problem is how does it get cancelled? Now, a lot of the knockups really just boil down to, hey, if Chip gets on top of you, because everybody else doesn't actually have CC. Well, I mean, the RWM, but even so, it doesn't cancel out the channeling at the end of the day. So it's about positioning in these fights. When you are looking at Harith on the opposite side, he can only dash as far as the zone that he has created with the Zaman Force, which is why we see that in a lot of major fights that BSE is looking to try and take out some key characters before the fight even begins. But then the Swan Song comes in, always clutch at the very end. As we see the rest of these fights continue to play out, the worst thing that BSE could potentially do is to start a fight by a Lord, and that's why you were seeing that Stefe was heading to opposite sides of the map, looking for potentials. Luckily, Amzik learned a little bit off of the team spirit game. Maybe don't walk up too far up in the lane. You know, maybe wait for the Mountain Chakra. Let Valence do a lot of the heavy lifting. And I think that Valence, I am worried about him because his hero pool seems to be more proficient towards Cho and nothing else, but I could be entirely wrong, similar to the Swan Song, because in this final moment, it was so telegraphed. You knew exactly what they wanted to do with this Swan Song and Flicker. We're gonna siege, we're gonna take you all out. If you walk too far outside of your crystal, it's game over.
So you really can't fault, again, going back to the main point with how the Swan Song disrupted a lot of the ideas that maybe Black Santas just could never bring out, that they had to hesitate, that they had to think about the Swan Song every single time. Cannot blame them for not deciding to use the Chip Ultimate to send the Hide on Bush to the Lord in the last Lord fight, and then they just decided, let's just play for the defense.
Yeah.
But then at that point, Chico was like, I have one condition. I look for Shin. Once that real-world manipulation is up, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Swan Song.
It was like a collective call to just come from behind the wall so everyone gets surprised, because no one saw that CG were ready to fight inside the base just yet. But then you just needed that single dash from Amzik, and then Valence could do it easily. But
Yeah.
Chico was the difference maker in that team fight, because he literally sacrificed the flicker just so he could also get in and cross the wall. I love it when I see unique mages in the mid lane.
Yep, and hey man, none other than the man who brings unique stuff all the time to you guys. God, he's already played so many different roles. He's made an impact, and it's great to see him back on the stage. But I'm really excited for players like Amzik, for an example. Yeah3 unironically played one hell of a game. He bought literally, what, a total of a minute and a half of just delaying his opponents?
And the presence of the